I struggled with porn addiction since about 13. I discovered it, started watching it every single day, thought, wow, this is amazing. And it was normalised. Everyone did it, okay? It was more weird to not watch it than to actually watch it. So, even though I felt a bit weird after watching it, it's a bit strange after a few years, everyone does it, so I'll just keep watching it. But I always knew it was weird behaviour, right? I always knew I was being a loser. Every time I watched it, I felt guilty, shameful. And shameful is actually the worst emotion you can feel. There's a chart that proves that. But I just felt weird, right? I mean, how is watching two random people on the screen having sex normal? They have no idea who you are. You're across the world watching them because they want some money. It's strange, and I knew that. But whenever I wanted to watch it or quit, I'd just cope and say, well, everyone else does it, so I'll just keep doing it. And it's not an addiction. But eventually I did try and quit. Okay, because I figured, well, I'm not addicted, obviously. I've been watching it every single day for years, but I'm not addicted. I'll be fine. Tried to quit. So I got into NoFap, which is what everyone tells you to do. And NoFap is, if you don't know, the most common porn quitting strategy on the internet. So I typed in, how do you quit porn? NoFap comes up. NoFap is when you quit porn cold turkey. So I was watching it twice a day. I get onto NoFap, right? And it goes from there to 0 times. All right, twice a day, 14 times in a week. Roughly, get onto NoFap, and I went straight to 0. Now on paper, I thought, well, this looks good. Okay, maybe I could do this. I went 1 or 2 days in with no urges, no issue. Day 3 came about, and the second I woke up, biggest urge I've had in months. The past 2 days, urges have caught up, and within 30 minutes of waking up, I relapsed. I'd feel so guilty about this that I'd relapse again. I figure I've done it twice now. The day's ruined. I'll start again tomorrow. How many times can I watch it today? I'll watch it 5 times a day. I'll order some pizza, play some video games, and it's fine. Okay? That happened 150 times. No exaggeration. Nearly 200 times that happened to me. Because step 1, eventually I quit at 19, right? Which is faster than 99% of the planet. Most will never quit, and I did it in my teenage years after being badly addicted. So the first thing I did was stopped rushing. All NoFap is just a rush. Okay? It's just some novelty thing that people think, oh, if I get onto this, I'll quit porn in 2 weeks and it'll be fine. NoFap benefits timeline, look how many views these videos get. It must work. Doesn't work. It's a load of shit. So I stopped rushing. It's always the people who rush that never get the results. I always thought it was retarded how I went from watching it twice a day, so 14 times in a week, 1 week, then immediately after that went straight to 0 and expected it to work out. I mean, if I was training someone in the gym, right, some skinny dude, it's his first day. The first week, I'd say, all right, go lift a 1 kilogram weight. All right, because you're small, that's fine. The next week, go lift the 50 kilogram weight. You'd call me a retard. You don't think, oh, yeah, look at what a great trainer. He's going to put on so much muscle by week 2. No, you'd be thinking retard. You lifted 1 kilogram last week, lift 2 this week, then 3 next week. It's simple, just like that. And I figured, well, why don't I just do that with quitting porn? Okay, because in the gym, that's called progressive overload. With this, it's called progressive deload, because you're reducing it each week. So stop rushing. I watched porn 14 times last week, cool. I'll watch it 12 times this week, then 10 next week, then 7. And I kept going down like that. This was so much easier, less stressful, less depressing, because whenever I said, you're never watching porn again, it's kind of sad, because I was addicted for years. I enjoyed it. It was weird, but I enjoyed it. Like everyone else, I didn't want to just cut it out cold turkey. So I tapered the addiction down. It was simple. It wasn't easy or hard. It was simple, right? So I was watching it less each week. It's so easy and simple because you can still watch porn. I can still watch it. I was making progress towards quitting each week, which felt great. And finally, I was actually experiencing benefits each week because the less I watched porn, the more benefits I got. Another lie I believed was you got to go 90 days, 100 days to experience on NoFap to experience the benefits of quitting porn. Well, I just thought, well, if a fat man went on a diet for 100 days and it was perfect, is that how he gets the benefits and loses weight? Or could he just have a non-perfect diet, he does some progress, does some exercise, for 30 days, would he still lose weight? Yeah. Does not have to be perfect for 100 days to experience the benefits. The same with this. I did not need to be perfect for 3 months to experience the benefits. I just watched it less, and each week I got the benefits, made progress, and I could still watch porn. That's why it was so much easier for me to get onto this than NoFap. Step 2, the next thing I did was a mental trick. I wanted to be better than everyone else. Now, there'll be some pussies out there saying, oh, you can't say that, we're all equal. I wanted to be better than everyone else, okay? How does this relate? Well, when I'm watching porn, I knew I was going back, okay? I envision us all running a race of life, all the men of life. And at the finish line is the woman you want, the car you want, the money, the family you want, all the things you want is there. How do you get there? Well, you make money, become confident, competent, get a great, attractive body, go to the gym, work hard, all the good things you need to do, you get there. So how do you run slower in the race? Video games, junk food, drugs, and porn. All your vices is how you get back, get to the back of the line, back of the race with the fat people, okay? And I always envisioned, the more porn I watched, the slower I run in this race. And all my friends would watch it, all my enemies would watch it, so it would be easy for me to say, well, I'm just not going to watch it then, right? Sorry, I'm just going to watch it because everyone else does it, because, whatever, it's good for you anyway. Lowers prostate cancer. And to be honest, sometimes I did do that, but on the times when I really just did not want to watch it, and the times I did quit, I just thought, they've already watched it today, they've already failed the streak, they've already run back in the race. I can either join them, okay, and eventually run to the finish line and have a shit wife, shit family, kids that don't respect me, a shit job, and I could watch someone else take my future family and money and everything, or I could avoid watching porn, want to be better, which is healthy and normal, and just see myself running past them. Because if I do this over and over and over again, I'll be lapping the people I used to know, enemies and friends, people around me, and I'd get the finish line, and I'd take their future wife that they don't deserve because I deserve it. I put in the work. Point is, I wanted to be better than everyone else, so by watching porn, it would make me the same as everyone else, and everyone else is a loser. The final thing I did was I made my sessions fast. People seem to think that watching porn for 3 hours and 3 minutes is the same. It's not. Right, first of all, it's the same pleasure you get. Same pleasure. People try and say to me, oh, 3 hours, it feels great to edge, it's amazing, bro. No, it's not. It's the same feeling at the end of it. At the finish, whenever I finish doing it for hours, like a loser, I'd always say, why have I done that? Why, right? I wish I could go back in time and either not watch it or watch it in 2 minutes and get it done with, because it's the same feeling. But now it's 2 a.m, I'm sleep deprived, and most importantly, I feel like a degenerate loser. When I used to watch it fast as possible, same emotion, same pleasure, I never used to think, oh, I wish I could go back in time and edge for another 3 hours like a weirdo. I was like, all right, it's done now, fair enough. It almost felt productive, right? So I got the same pleasure. I wasn't sleep deprived because it wasn't 3 a.m. now. And I felt a bit weird, obviously, a bit like a loser because it's porn, it's not normal. But nowhere near to the degree of watching it for 3 hours. Now, what happens when I was sleep deprived and felt like a loser and I woke up the next day from doing this 3 hour session? I was still tired. And I felt even more like a loser because I was like, why have I just wasted a lot of time last night? I got sad because of this and I jacked off again because that's what you do when you're sad, okay? Well, that's what I did anyway. So it was just a vicious cycle. Watched it for 3 hours, led me to being tired, making bad decisions, feeling more guilty, and then relapse into porn again, okay? It's the same feeling I used to get, just not feeling like a loser and not wasting time. So what I try to do, instead of just saying, yep, just make it as fast as possible, take the fun out of it, I saw it as a game, right? Just try and get my high score or low score. Just try and do it as fast as possible. Last week I did it in 5 minutes, whatever. Do it in 4 minutes this week, whatever, right? I just made it a lot more enjoyable. It seemed almost productive. Now, porn, I never told myself porn was productive and I should do it. But in the moment, I was like, okay, this is productive. It's a lot better than doing it for 3 hours. Watching it for 3 minutes is a whole lot better than doing it for 3 hours. Let's see how fast I can do it. Get it done with. And that's that. Then I can go to sleep. That's how I quit porn faster than 99% of the planet. Subscribe if you want, because it's free and you can always change your mind later. And goodbye. By the way, no pressure, but under this video is my paid porn quitting secrets course. It just helps you quit porn faster, supports me. So once you feel like you trust me enough, you can check it out. There's a massive discount going on right now. So if you're interested, I'd do it now. And once you buy it, by the way, I'm going to give you a free bonus section, which teaches you how to speak to girls, which becomes a lot easier when you quit porn.